What is up guys, Synq here, and yes, we're back on Star Trek Resurgence. If you missed the first two videos, just go over to my channel and click on playlists. You'll be able to find the first two videos there. Meanwhile, let's get back into the game. Okay, so we're going to continue where we left off, and yeah, I was a bit worried for a moment, but it should be okay. The price of duty. Come on, push those doors open.
Carter!
I'm okay. But that's a lot.
Here, let me help you.
Oh, she got hit hard. Okay, we need to move the mask, I'm presuming. Oh, wow. That's some burn.
Medical. We've got one wounded at my location. Millie.
Oh, man.
Well, they got there really quick. Not like the ambulance service round by me.
We'll see you at sickbay.
I wonder if she's infected with something. That plasma storm, whatever it was. See, me jump into conclusions already before I even know what it was.
Status report.
The repair crew made it inside. EPS flow is back to nominal levels. The SIF is back up.
How does this affect mission readiness, Mr. Ermot?
Releasing the docking clamps using hull polarity minimized damage to the Resolute. We'll have some last-minute repairs to make, but if we reapportion some of the staff, we can make our departure on time. As of now, however, we are successfully moored to the station.
Good to hear. Send updates to my ready room. Commander Rydek, with me.
Had a feeling he was gonna drag me in there. Is she in trouble, or what am I?
You disobeyed my orders. Well?
Technically, it was the right decision.
Respectfully, Captain, I made the right choice given the information
You
I had.
disobeyed my orders! And not just in front of the bridge crew, but the Starbase staff as well.
His ego's
That's going
hurt.
to get around. My name's already tarnished around the fleet. But what is it going to do to my credibility on this ship? From the top to the bottom. Bridge to lower decks.
Oh, God,
Maybe I shouldn't have disobeyed a direct order. But you were wrong. You weren't on board, and you didn't have all the information. So I made the right decision for the ship. If you're worried about your credibility, put your ego aside and trust your crew.
Whew.
Trust me.
I like that.
You might have won some fans on the bridge with that stunt, but not everyone. Lieutenant Commander Chovak has already bent my ear.
I'm sure he doesn't take it personally. He'll get over it in time.
Mr. Chovak is more complicated than he would want to admit. I guess we all are. And, if I'm being honest, I'm not sure what I would have done in the moment either. You never really know if you weren't in those shoes.
Yep.
So, let's just boil it down to, you did what you had to. That'll have to be
See,
good
I've got to
enough
be
for me.
nice when I'm playing Jada. Other characters don't be what I like,
Thank you
but
for understanding, sir. I'm sure no one knows the burden of command as well as you do.
I'm sure you will, someday. Despite it all, we got our final Starfleet clearance to depart. So if you'll fetch Mr. Ermot, we'll knock out the final details of any outstanding repairs, and then we'll set out for Hotari.
Yes, sir.
I thought he was gonna thank me for saving the ship and the starbase and all the crew, but oh well. I must admit, I don't like the ship though. I mean, I know it's a science ship and all, but
All departments reporting full mission readiness.
A little smile there.
We've got our full complement on board.
This is my favorite moment, right now.
The start of a new mission is always full of possibility.
The Orion Syndicate could sell it as a drug.
Don't let the Admiralty hear you say that.
Captain on the bridge.
Sit. Sit, everyone. You all know, I'm not big on speeches. We're embarking on the first mission since our refit. Let's make it a good one. Disengage docking clamps.
I wonder if they'll let me fly the ship.
Docking clamps released.
Thrusters ahead, Mr.
Did it in
Handar.
Star Trek Bridge Crew VR. Need to get that game again. There's just not many players on there though. Seems a bit jittery, this game.
That should do it. Set a course for the Hotari system. Prepare to go to Warp 8.
Aye, Captain.
You know what? You take this one.
Me?
Do it.
Helm. Do it.
You have to have the catchphrase, don't they? Like, engage. The cards one. Or execute. I think ours is going to be do it.
Nicely done.
Nicely done. All she did was say, do it.
Easy. Thank you. I'm fine. Really,
She needs the injection.
You don't look so good.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I have to get to sickbay.
Go.
I wonder what happens.
Commander, help me get her inside.
Yep. Well, injection, more like an IV.
Well, that was quite a scare. A few minutes more and it would have been one of the shortest tenures on record for a first officer.
Is that the engineer that was out on the hull?
No,
That storm did a real
Commander
number on
Kirk.
her, but she'll
he
live.
was the shortest.
Just needs rest. You should worry about yourself.
Was it 15 minutes or
Your
something?
iridium levels got dangerously low and destabilized your cell structure.
This is definitely one of the more memorable first days I can think of.
My name is Dr. Aram Duval, Chief Medical Officer. To be honest, I've never met a Kobliad before. You're...
Rare. I know.
I was going to say special. Your people's numbers have dwindled, despite the Federation's efforts to find a more readily available alternative to the Duridium you need to survive. Yet you joined Starfleet, and managed to thrive. I imagine the responsibility must be overwhelming. Maybe even a burden at times.
That's who she is. Ooh.
I know what it means. And I know the responsibility that comes with it. But I can't be anything more than who I am. And if someone has a problem with that, or expects something else, then that's their problem, not mine.
That's exactly right. And don't worry, I won't
Got the
treat
right
you like
answer.
a science experiment. I just do the science and leave the experiments to Solano.
You don't agree with his methods?
I don't agree with his definition of acceptable risks. Not when the lives of your crew are at stake. My professional opinion is that the accident took a toll. More than he's willing to admit. He's overstressed, operating in the pressure cooker of his own mind. Which is never a good headspace when the lives of your crew are at stake.
Agree.
What concerns me is that now he's even further away from the thing he's been chasing his entire career. Breakthrough discovery. The major innovation. Something he can put his name on. But the more the time passes and the further out of reach it gets, the more risk he'll be willing to take.
I hear you. But that's my job, isn't it? To make sure that doesn't happen. And we don't lose sight of the bigger picture.
Which is exactly why I'm so glad you're here. We need you now more than ever. And I have to give you credit
Nice
for what
to be
happened
wanted.
on the bridge. It took guts to defy a direct order.
Huh. I guess word travels fast around here.
It's a small ship. And everyone's curious about the new XO. Fortunately, your cell structure's almost completely stabilized. And I'll spare us both the lecture, but I do feel it's my responsibility to remind you, without regular infusions of Duridium, you will not live. It's as simple as that.
Understood.
And my work here is done.
Wait, she didn't even say thank you, did she? Did she?
Lieutenant Bedrosian.
I came to see if you were okay. We were all pretty worried on the bridge. No one knew what was happening.
She
I
really
can't
does
even
care quite a fair bit.
Imagine what it must have looked like. I don't want people to get the wrong impression.
No, not at all. You don't have to feel embarrassed. Everyone understands this is part of what it means to be Kobliad. You trusted me earlier with the shields, and I appreciated that. I want you to know that I have your back.
Thank you.
Literally has her back.
Complete the diagnostic sequence, and this shuttle will be cleared for service.
Yes, sir.
The storm in the Hotari region will interfere with our transporters, so we need all available shuttlecraft in working order.
Excuse me, Commander Trovak.
Petty Officer Maris, I will leave you to your work.
Be appreciated if you did.
I stopped by sickbay and saw Nilly. I figured you'd want to know.
Did she say anything about... Is she mad at me for going in the hatch first?
She had some choice words. I tried to smooth things over, but I think you're gonna have to make things right with her yourself.
To be fair, she did tell him to go
Dr. Duvall
first.
said she'll be back on duty soon, though.
So it's not really his
Come on.
fault.
I have to run the final diagnostic.
I can't stay long. I've got a long to-do list before we get to Hotari, and things are piling on faster than I can check them off. We're making all our last-minute checks in security, too. Tactical and security are short
Actually, I'm going to use the line I always use at work.
We'll just have to take things as they come. Control what we can, and roll with the punches.
Next thing you're gonna tell me you're listening to Andorian jazz.
No.
The point is, the right time might never come. So, I'm just gonna roll with it. I had a chance to think about this while I was away. Then you and Nilly almost got killed out on the hull. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you. Instead of tiptoeing around it. Or worse.
Miranda,
I think she may like
is everything all right?
Nelly.
Yeah, I'm fine. Maybe even better than fine. What I'm trying to say is, we've been really good friends for a long time. But I got back here and I couldn't ignore it anymore. I want to see if there's more between us
Oh, okay.
than just being friends.
Oh, go on.
Carter?
You don't have to explain it. I feel the same way. There is something between us.
So, do you want to find out what that something is?
Hope she's not teasing him.
If it's there for you, and it's there for me, why not give it a try?
We don't have to put too much pressure on. Let's just see where this goes.
I like that. Definitely felt some pressure coming down to see you.
These are uncharted territories.
I'd call it a chemistry experiment. You know, with us.
We'll take it slow.
We can take it slow. It's not a 5-year mission or anything, but we've got plenty of time together.
Well, let's not drag our feet on it.
Level 1 diagnostic complete.
I have to get back to that to-do list. They're probably looking for me.
Can't blame them.
A little charmer.
I'll be seeing you.
Now go and see Nilly.
Approaching the rendezvous point outside Atari space.
Helm, bring us out of warp.
Dropping to impulse.
Ionic interference
Holy.
surging, Captain.
They come out of warp at the right time.
Shield integrity holding.
We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat, if you will.
Aye, Captain. Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types.
There we go.
We've located the shuttle.
Opening comm.
On screen.
Shuttle to Resolute.
That's not good.
Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering.
Okay, we need to get out there.
I can't get it any clearer. We won't get a transporter lock. It's just not happening.
Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
I forgot about him.
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Yes, sir.
Come on, Diaz.
I'm guessing this is me now.
First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
There we go. I'm pretty good at this. Uh-oh, no, that's not good.
We're pulling in debris.
I'm on it.
Easy done.
That's gonna take out the shuttle.
Diaz, the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Get in between them.
Commander Rydek, plot an intercept course.
On it.
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17, 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
I'm pretty good at this.
Everyone's working hard on the bridge.
Now you work hard down there. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. There was other people involved, but thank you, thank you.
We've got the shuttlecraft on board.
Good job. We're on our way down to meet them.
So I kind of already know what's coming up, of who's going to come out.
Terra firma, so to speak.
Ambassador Spock?
The legend himself.
The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
Apologies for the landing, Ambassador. I was operating the tractor beam, sir. I take responsibility.
Our arrival was the smoothest part of our journey. Your artistry with the tractor beam is commendable. We thought we were prepared for our arrival in Hotari space, but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
Yeah, follow. He's talking to you.
Storm has been pretty intense.
There was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable. So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Can't speculate, really.
I'd rather investigate than speculate.
A sound principle.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical, Petty Officer...
Carter Diaz. Sir.
Thank you.
Ambassador Spock,
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
Right, guys, so instead of starting off the next part of it, we're going to leave that for another time. But otherwise, I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know what you think about the game so far in the comments section. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys next time. Toodles!